Hi there, everyone. This is my official end of 2018 message. Now, I don't think of 2018 as having been a particularly good year for me, although I've done some great courses. I've worked with some terrific authors. I've enjoyed my work enormously. My work-life balance has been completely wrong. A lot of things have been a struggle in my home life, but I've also made some important discoveries. I spent the last 3 months. I devoted a couple of days a week to teaching English to French people who are unemployed. If you even have a little bit of English and you're unemployed in France, then you are something like 3 to 5 times more likely to get a job. So I kind of felt a couple of things. I felt like I was actively helping people who really needed my help, and also I felt really appreciated by the people that I was teaching to. So that was a very rewarding experience. But a lot of things that I've been thinking about this year have led me to what I think of as really quite an important conclusion. This is something that I've repeated quite a lot to those of you that I've already worked with, to anyone who's attended my webinars, and that I often say on Quora, and that is that your art is important. Long pause, because I think that culturally we create I'm going to use a really strong word here, we create an apartheid between artists and non-artists. We create an apartheid between our so-called day jobs, careers, families, friendships, and our art. And I think that this is hurting all of us, not just hurting those people who create art, but hurting those people who need it. Among the people that I follow on Twitter, there are a handful who regularly simply write poems that they post to Twitter, and I love to read that stuff. And I'm not reading it as a poetry teacher or as a poetry critic. I'm reading it as someone who needs art and who needs new art. And that's a really important point as well, because we grow up around what we are told is great art, but most of what we are told is great art was produced a while ago. And the thing about art is that what it's really all about is all of the things that we desperately need to express, but that we cannot find a way to express. All of those things that we desperately need to communicate, those things that we need to kind of share with other people, the sense that what we are feeling and what we are experiencing is also what they are feeling and what they are experiencing. And when I read the poems that people are putting up on Twitter, the sensation I get is that yes, there is a commonality between us that can't be expressed in any way other than through this poetry. And because I've been lucky enough to work with people in other art forms, because I've worked with people who write plays, because I've worked with people who draw comics, because I've worked with people who do artwork for business, because I've worked with people who obviously write a lot of poetry, but also because one or two of the authors that I've worked with are also skillful, talented, experienced graphic artists. Fundamentally, what we need from you, is the art that you are making right now. Now, you might well think that the art that you're making right now is not very good, and you'll almost certainly be right. It takes a lifetime to get really good at art. But what we as a species need is art that you are producing now. What we as a species need is for you to show other people through your art that you and they have many things, that we all have many things that we have difficulty understanding, but we can share in that difficulty of understanding. We can share in these struggles, and we can see how similar we all are, even when we all express those feelings and understand those feelings in very different ways. So what I am going to do, and what I would really like you to do, what I'm going to do with 2019, apart from resolving to make it a better year than this one has been, is to make it about normalizing art, about making your art part of your everyday experience of life, and making sharing your art part of your everyday experience of life. So most of all, I wish you love. I hope that you will all be kind to each other, and I hope that 2009 will be better for all of us in whatever ways matter to each of us. Cheerio.